Help me understand what you think is left-wing extremism.
Okay. So I think a couple things. One, I think that um, conservatives have a point when they talk about, losing the culture, um, that over in recent years, the Democratic Party has probably moved further left ideologically than the Republican Party has moved right ideologically. Um, the difference is that I think the Republican Party has actually gotten more liberal in a sense of the word than they used to be. Like, I think I'm more conservative than Donald Trump. But what's happened is that the Republican Party has gotten crazier and more jerky. And I would say that the Democratic Party, I mean, we'll see how it goes after Nancy Pelosi leaves, but the Democratic Party was more organized and more sane. And here's where I would draw a major distinction between politicians and the culture. I think that the American public, to the degree the American public is concerned about wokeism and leftism, it is not primarily what is happening in Congress or being pushed by Democratic politicians. It's what we are seeing on Twitter. And then the question is that nut picking? Are we just picking out the craziest, weirdest, most radical left-wing thing that somebody said on Twitter or on cable news? Or is that actually indicative, of what is happening in the world? So I think, for example, like I won't mention any names, but like I have a friend whose kid goes to a school, and at the beginning of the day, or like once a week or something, they say like, and these are like 5-year-olds. They say like, do you feel like a boy today, or do you feel like a girl today? If you feel like a boy today, go to this side of the room. And if you feel like a girl today, go to that side of the room. And that's the kind of thing. I don't think that's being pushed by a lot of Democratic politicians. I haven't heard any Democratic politicians advocating for that, but that's happening. It's not, I mean, it is anecdotal. It's a story that a friend of mine told me, and I'm telling you. But I certainly believe that it is true, and I believe that it's maybe not pervasive, but it is happening out there. And that's the stuff that I think is driving a lot of people crazy. The sense that there's indoctrination happening, and especially with younger children. We saw this play out in Virginia. This was very potent, I think, in Virginia, and the Glenn Youngkin, Terry McAuliffe, critical race theory and trans bathrooms were really, I guess, the two big topics about a year ago. So anyway, I will shut up, but that's where I am on that.